Guys, welcome back to the channel. So many of you would like to know the real reason why Terra Classic sold off and dumped significantly over the past few days. There's been many speculation to why this happened. People talking about whales, people talking about, the 1.2% tax, etc. But in this video, you're going to get the real reason why. But before I do that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, click the bell notification icon so you can stay up to date with all my recent videos. Remember, guys, nothing that you see in this video is financial advice. So always make sure to do your own independent research. And with that being said, pause the video, click the link in my description, and join the Telegram group so you can stay up to date with all my recent updates, news updates, technical updates, and much more. So let's get straight into it. What is the real reason why we saw this sell-off? And it may not be a surprise to many of you, and you may even question it, but it's as simple as profit taking. It doesn't always have to be so cynical, guys. It always doesn't have to be a plot to why price is falling. This is to do with whales manipulating price, etc. This is not true half the time. The main reason is profit taking. People selling off their coins at significant levels, which causes selling pressure and of course panic sales, and that's typically what will drive price down, especially a move like what we saw before and what we actually predicted. It's mainly because of that profit taking. Now, how does this work? Now you know the reason, but how does this profit taking actually work? So for example, ideally, this is where the position you would like to be in. So you want to be buying when nobody else is buying, or when people are selling. So at these areas here, when people were panicking, I remember when I was first doing updates, people were talking about this project is dead. Why are you even update on this? This project will never go anywhere. It won't even do 100% this year, let alone 1,000%. These are all the comments. Go back and watch those videos. So ideally, this is where you want to be buying. When price goes up, you see these kind of pumps. So let me show you, because this happened at the end of June, and we saw over 200% pump in less than 5 days. Now, ideally, this is where you want to be selling, right? And then guess what happens? The people that were buying at these lows, they sell, taking their profit, and it caused a big sell-off. And we saw that here. We saw a sell-off. Price started to range again. Then we saw price sell off even more. And then guess what happens, guys? Price pumps again. Now, we saw a slight sell-off here, but then momentum builds. More people start buying. More people start buying. This causes heavy buying pressure. And then guess what happens? The people that were holding at this area, and maybe they've made a fortune. Maybe they've made life-changing money according to them, and their targets have been met. You know what happens? They sell off. And when they sell off, we see price go down, and then people start to panic sell, and then people that bought here start to sell off early, etc. And then it causes the mounting pressure for price to go down. And then we find a new support, and then the process repeats itself. It really is that simple, guys. The objective is to buy low, sell high, right? It doesn't always have to be, so cynical. Most of the reason why people, say price is selling off is to do with whales manipulating price, or it's to do with, for some reason, the 1.2% has been scrapped. It's no longer, there's issues there, and that's why price is selling off, etc. It's not always that cynical, guys. Sometimes it's just that profit taking. And again, we're going to hit a stage, I think, once people start dollar cost averaging at this area, once the buy is getting at this area, we're going to see price not only go through target 3, but we could end up going, for example, so from here to here, we will see 173% move. We could see an over 300% move in one go, right? With no major pullback. So for example, the chart kind of looking like this, where we see price go up, range, price goes up here, ranges, and then goes all the way up. We could see that going past our target 3, right? And then we will see some profit taking happen around here, price sells off, and then the process repeats. We have to understand what's actually happening so we can respond accordingly. right? Now, what would be the opposite of this, or something that would be something more cynical and something to be really afraid of? That would be key fundamental data. So for example, let's go back to May, when price started to sell off here, when of course UST depegged. Now that would be a fundamental event that really is enough to send price to sell off. And first it starts off with panic. People start to see the USD depeg. So then we see price sell off. Then guess what happens? More people start to sell, and then price goes lower. USD basically sees half its value wiped off, and then of course you see that crash all the way down to zero basically. And that is essentially fundamental data causing that sell-off, right? It's not really people profit taking or anything like that. It's just panic selling. Whereas in this scenario, there was no real fundamental data to cause this sell-off. All it was is people taking profits and people essentially making bank, and that's what we saw. So please try to understand that. If you would like to learn more, click the links in my description. We have education on all of this, one-to-ones and more. You can also join Crypto Crew Premium if you'd like to learn more. But the least you can do is like, comment, and subscribe, and join the Telegram group. But anyway, guys, that's it for now. Hope you all enjoyed the video. I hope you all have a better understanding of why we saw that sell-off. But until the next update, remember, when others are fearful, be greedy, and when others are greedy, be fearful. Until then, seize the day.